Woohoo! All right, here we are. We were just trying to do a watch party on Facebook and I couldn't get it to work. So I just thought it would. All right, here we are. Whoa. Just trying to... Feedback much? Jeez. All right.
Do it.
All right, can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now?
I see Karina's here, and let's see, Somi. I see Somi comment all the time. Who else? Cindy King. Good and hot in Texas. All right. Well, I mean, that's good. Hot in Texas. Karina, hi, I'm ready. Are we on the big screen, Karina? Loud and clear. Woohoo! Thank you. Is the show on? No sound? Yeah, everyone says they can hear me, Cindy.
I got sound.
Turn up your volume, Cindy. Well, she can't hear me, obviously. Oh, I almost forgot. Where is it? Me! Hi! Now you guys can see me. And you can see the funny faces that I'm going to make at Dawn because he's right behind me. You gotta go by my chair. There he is. There he is. My parasite. All right. So, work party. Did you get it to, or watch party? If not, then it's just going live on the OML Embroidery Facebook page. And I already put the links in the OML Embroidery YouTube group. So, today we're going to talk about a few things like gradients and really cool outlines and offsets and insets too, because I think it would be really cute. Now, I wanted to point out to you guys something. When you're in chat, when you look down and there's an emoji and a dollar sign, when you hover over that, it says, show your support for OML Embroidery. It would be cool if y'all could help us out. We've been doing the videos for, how long has it been, Dawn? A year? 2 years?
Live videos, we've been doing them for a couple of years.
Just any videos.
Yeah, yeah.
And we're kind of running short on finances to keep it going. So we would like you guys to just click on that. Even $1 would help. If you can't, then you can't. But I would like to do more and more lives and get lots of more stuff. So
your support keeps it going.
So it's right, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. It's right at the bottom. Okay, that messed everything up. Sorry about that, it changed. So, all right, it's right at the bottom in the dollar sign. It's safe and easy to do. We got to start generating some income. Nothing major, nothing. If everyone, just think about it, if everyone on the YouTube channel donated $1, we'd be set. We'd be set for like another year, I think. So, anyways,
that's a lot of videos.
That's, yeah. We have, did you know, Don, there's almost 500 videos?
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Pretty good.
That's a lot of embroidery.
That's a lot of instructions.
All right, so Don's going to be bugging you guys to do that. So let's talk about gradients. Now, I wanted to show you guys this one. I'll keep it back like this. I was just playing around with it, and this goes for gradients in any shape. It doesn't have to be the puzzle shape. And you see all these nasty run-throughs and everything? You really can't stitch it out like that. It would look terrible. So right here, right at the bottom under stitch settings, you got to click on it first. Travel on edge. You ready for this? Because it's going to disappear like magic. Boom! Now it looks good. I forgot about it and it was driving me nuts because I couldn't find it. So I'm like, ah. So let's talk gradients. I just pulled the gradient apart. I'm going to do the travel on edge as well. So all gradients are layers. Layers that fit in together. The density has been changed, but this part isn't going to be dense. Why? Because this part, which is underneath, is a light stitch. So let's zoom in and look at that. That's a light stitch, and that is a regular stitch with a little bit of space. So when you put these over, you are going to have the same density as, you know, regular tatami stitch. So let's separate them again. So this one, the one on top, and it doesn't matter which way you want to put it, the one on top is dense here and light here, and then the other one is dense here and light on top, and it's a gradual blend of the thread. So I will say that on screen these look really harsh and really kind of crappy looking, but when you stitch it out, you will be able to see the color blend better. If we look at it close like that, you can kind of see it. It still looks kind of harsh though. And it looks weird. So stitch one out before you judge. Before you judge, stitch it out. And of course, it's best to keep those grouped together so you don't move them apart. I selected both of them, and you can see over here that I do have them both selected, and I'm going to go up here and center them and then probably group them. So question.
Yeah, when you're blending, does it increase your stitch count?
No. Maybe slightly, but the idea is these two pieces put together will equal one in regular tatami. So it shouldn't dramatically increase it. But you know what? Let's see.
Might slightly, but I'm not
Slightly.
sure.
Well, yeah, you know what? Let's copy this. Let's go to new. And let's see. Let's Control V paste.
I've never actually checked, but the inquiring Cindy would like to know.
What she would. Okay, so this one, where are the stitches? 12,342. So I am going to do a new one, and I'm going to do Control V and 0 to find out where it is. I'm going to delete. Really? I do that all the time. I grouped it. Okay, I'm going to ungroup it. I'm going to delete one part, and I'm just going to make it straight up tatami. How do we remove it? That's just normal right there. That's how to do it, I think. Oh no, I just made it better. Where did the yellow come from? All right, so Control Z. How do you take the gradient off? Oh, well, I know. We can just go like this and then go like this. And this is 19.
It's actually less.
It's actually less. Good question, Cindy. It's actually less. Let's make sure they're the same size, 4.437. And then this one is 4.437. So there is your answer. It's actually less stitches. Less. Probably if I took the big time underlay, tatami underlay. Now let's see. Yeah, I'm going to say that's pretty close. I took the really thick underlay off and I just did an edge run. And actually, in normal working, we do an underlay, not tatami. We do it zigzag. Ooh, what's that slowdown? Ooh, what the heck? Are you seeing this, Dawn?
Why is it thinking?
Don't think so hard, computer. Thank you. So it's about 17. So yeah, still less, but good question. Cool. Good question. Ooh, thank you. PJ Kartak donated $5. You guys rock. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
It all helps.
Every little bit helps. Yeah, we're kind of hurting here. Buying all the stuff that I buy, like the sweet pea rulers, when you convert that into Canadian, it's really ouchy. So I won't be able to buy anything for a while. So, all right. So, okay. Cool. Everyone gets the basics of the gradient, how it works. Yeah, they're beautiful. It looks way better when you stitch it out, though. Maybe I'll put this one in the files section of the group so you guys can have a little stitch out and see what you think. Cindy King, I'm saving up for the rulers. Yeah, that's why God created Visa, I guess. I don't know. I just threw it on the Visa and I don't care because they're that awesome. I'm like, wow. Yeah, save up. They're well worth it. I absolutely love them. Dawn is actually going to use them for production. So it's brilliant. So, okay, this one is one that I made, and it is a gradient with a motif stitch over it. Yes, you can do that. And what a spectacular effect it would be. So let's go back to fill. Let's do the travel on edge. This was just, I was playing around with it. Travel on edge, alrighty. So you can see this one is different than that one. So I started the gradient on the side. So it's thicker here and thinner here. We can zoom in and look a little bit. So you can see here, you can see the density here. And you can see it's much looser here. Now the opposite would be dense here and loose here. And you put them together and it's a gorgeous effect. You can still see the gradient, it just kind of sucks on the computer. And then I just did a copy and a paste, and I just did our motif stitches that we've been working on, line it all up, and I thought that would be really, really great. We can come up with different designs with this, and you don't have to do the puzzle motif. You can do any motif. And what else I was thinking, it would be really cool to do this as a patch, an embroidered patch, or part of a mug rug. Like maybe one in the middle of it, so it'd be a mug rug in the shape of a patch and then a beautiful gradient. Or you can put different things, different, motifs on it. So that's a basic introduction to that. Woo! Well, thank you. Well, thank you. That's Karina and the Norseman there. $22. Thank you very much. That's awesome.
Norwegian kroners.
Yeah, I don't know what those are,
I
but
don't either.
but
But I know
thank you.
that's okay.
But thank you. So that would be something you could use on a landscape design. You can use it for anything. You just, you gotta play around with it a little bit. So I did some further playing around because I wanted to see how everything would, the puzzle shape worked. That's cool. A circle with puzzles in it. Okay, minus the jump stitches because I used the wrong one. But it's the same thing. You can see here, it's a yellow circle with a red circle. Now the gradient is starting over here. And in the red, let me move it. Move, come on, move, move. So it's more dense here, it's lighter density here, and it's the opposite.
Cindy's asking if it's something you can do in a landscape design.
Yeah, I just said that.
Oh.
I don't know what she means.
I didn't catch it.
What does she mean by landscape design, Cindy? Happy to answer. I don't understand it. Do you understand it?
No.
No. Landscape like
Like
a picture.
Then yes.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
sure. You can use it anywhere. For shadowing.
Yep.
Yeah. Absolutely. Now the catch with this gradient, automatic gradient, it does work, but the smaller you get, the less it's going to work out. I'm not going to say that it doesn't work, but the bigger the better. So really, if you have it small, it's not, and I would do them manually. If you were going to see how it changes, there's not enough room for the gradient, but it is, you're completely right, Cindy. It's the basis for shadowing. It's colors over colors. So if you wanted to do something kind of small, say a tree, then you just manually do running stitches where you want the shadow and just kind of a loose pattern. So this is pretty much made for larger things.
Yeah, I've done some small gradients, but they don't turn out quite as nice as the larger ones.
Yeah, it works. It really depends what it is. Obviously, if you have a really complicated shape, bigger is going to be better, right? Ooh, sew me, thank you. I love seeing all the bright colors.
It is kind of
Isn't that neat? So that is called Super Chat, and I think it's really cool. And thank you guys so much. Every little bit helps. It's really neat. So we see lots of yellow and green and blue.
Super Chat when you make a donation, it puts your comment up in the top of our screen so that we don't miss it at all.
That's what it's for, yes.
That's what it's for.
So that's fantastic. I also want to do, before I forget to tell you guys, I want to do like a Q&A. And we'll do Super Chat for that one. It's on everyone, so if you guys can help out. But Super Chat will help you get your question up forward. So it's kind of like, I'm not going to have a subject of what we're going to work on. We're just going to do questions. So the questions that you need an answer to and you need to be shown the answer to, that's what a Q&A is going to be for. And I think that would be really great. Hi from Essex, United Kingdom. Awesome. Hi, Carol. Loving this. I just did a logo with blending. If I watched this before, it would save me a lot of time. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I'm going to show you guys how to do it now. And I'll show you guys with the puzzle and with the just a shape, any old shape. So let's go here. We are going to get rid of this guy because he was just simply an experiment. And we're just going to make it easy to start off with. So let's go to digitize. Oh, and by the way, most other embroidery software like Embroidery and of course E4 and probably PE Design, but I didn't specifically check, will have this blending. It just might be in a different way. So let's do, how about just a square? Let's just do a square. So I've got my square down and it's really an ugly color. So let's make it a nicer color. Think also Easter eggs. If you wanted to do an Easter egg, you could color blend it and then put motif stitches over it.
It's looking kind of square over there.
It's square. Yeah, oh yeah, we're square. Let's go to edit and let's go right here to create color blend. And the pop-up came up. And I'm going to talk a little bit about this pop-up here because it looks really confusing, but it isn't. So, okay, top layer. So the one on top, the one that we had, there's two layers, remember? So one's on top, one's on the bottom. So the top layer, you can, if you look at the little icons here, it shows you how it's going to be done. So this is more dense at the top and looser at the bottom. So that is how it's going to look. So you want to do the top one dense at the top, looser at the bottom, and the bottom layer you should do the opposite one. They're all lined up. Now you can do whatever you want on it. I'm pretty sure you can select whatever you want, but it is better to do it opposite, then you're going to get a nice blend. So I did my logo with P Design. So yes, it does have blending. Thank you very much. I haven't had a chance to look. It's been a busy week. I think I put out a video every day this week and the excitement over those rulers. So I haven't had a chance to go into PE Design and look. So thank you, Carol, for that. Okay, so this one is the opposite, but it's still on the top layer. So it's dense at the bottom, looser at the top, and the opposite of that one. Now this one is actually cool. This one is what we're going to try, one of these two. So this is dense in the middle and looser on each side. So if you think maybe a circle or an Easter egg, you can kind of picture it where it's darker through the middle and lighter on the sides. That would be a color blend. Even a sunset, think of a sunset, how it goes like that. That's what this one would be for. So let's pick that one for the top layer and let's do, yeah, okay, it automatically selects it, my bad. It's E4 that you can pick whatever you want. So you pick your top layer, it automatically picks the second layer for you. Cindy, are you work watching? Cindy's always work watching. So then you can pick your colors for the layers all in one. So I'm going to stick with my pretty purple. What would be a nice color to go with purple? Anyone? Any suggestions? Purple and yellow? Really? How about Halloween colors? We could do the pukey green. What do you guys think? Orange? Orange? Orange?
Orange.
I'm going to pick orange. I don't think it's going to look great. So, but the other thing is too, you can change the spacing. So this is the minimum spacing. So on our dense part, that's our minimum spacing. And maximum spacing is on the less dense or loose parts.
You should pick light green, sorry.
Light green? Tracy Smith says light green. Alrighty. Now, of course, you can change it afterwards. These are just the basic colors that are in there. So, okay, purple and the green. So you can play around with the spacing and get the exact look that you want. But before you change any of those, I would suggest you stitch it out on your embroidery machine. McDreamy loves, my brother Dream Machine loves stitching out, you know, gradients like this, I guess, if they're done right. So until you get an idea of it, just leave it at the default because it works. So, okay, now you can see it. Again, this is because of how crapify it looks on, it's 6x5 on the computer screen. But you can see that it did work. You can see the green coming through. And you can see the purple. Let's zoom up. You can see here. It's kind of neat how it looks on... Oh, hello.
Sorry. My AirPods kicked out.
I just hurt myself. Well, that's awesome. But you can see that it did work when you stitch it out on your embroidery machine. On any embroidery machine, it's going to look much nicer than this. And remember your travel on edge, or else it will look bad. So that's the basics of it. Now we can go back in, can we? No, we can just do Control Z, Control Z, if I didn't move it around so much. Let's go back and try another color blend. We'll stick to those colors. So let's do the basic thicker at the top, thinner at the bottom. We're going to keep the same colors. Now that one shows a lot more, and you know what? That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. I think stitching it out would look fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
That's beautiful. I love it.
Yeah, isn't that nice? Now, another thing you can do as you're perfecting your gradients is go to the reshape. And right here, I had to search for it. There's always 2 nodes on it. Change your angle and look, get a completely different look on it.
Ooh.
Isn't that neat?
That's neat.
I think it's cool. Now, I know in... Sorry, we're going to go... Don't show this tip again. I don't need you. Thank you, but I don't need you. Isn't that cool? Isn't that really cool? So you can change the look at it. There's so many things you can do with gradients. Now, if you picture a gradient like this, I don't know what you'd be doing, but you could put a motif over it. So the easiest way to do a motif is to select, it's grouped. So let's ungroup it because I only want to select one. And Control C for copy, Control V for place it down. Now, of course, we're not doing that. Let's go to outline, just so we can see that I'm not messing it up. And we want to be on that one and change it to a motif. Actually, I'm talking and doing 2 different things, like drive myself crazy. Put a motif around the outside, yes. Change it to fill and put a motif inside. So, not black work, and it's quite big. Oh, well, why don't we be groovy and... Oh, how does that look? Oh, do you like that? What do you think, Don?
I'm not looking.
Oh.
Oh, that's awesome.
Isn't that pretty?
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, how about, okay, Inception. How about a gradient with a puzzle motif that has a puzzle motif in it? What do you guys think of that? What do you think? Yeah, I think it's cool.
Yeah.
It's cute. So, how much fun is that? Oh, and you have to stitch it out to see what's going on. Oh my goodness, that's weird. And remember with the motifs, you oh, I like that one. You can change the spacing, you can change everything about them. Also remember too, you can do more than one motif, so let's do two and completely change the look of this. How about like this? That's not good. Let's pick something else. You could do. Oh, isn't that awesome? Isn't that awesome? I think a gradient in FSL would look great. I think it would look great. I'm not sure if it would actually hold together. I'm not sure about that. Good experiment though. We'll check that out. FSL is tricky at the best of times. I'm not sure if you would get the right look at the end of it. So I'm gonna say maybe, but I don't think so. I don't know 100%, and I'll have to try. I think it's really made for the tatami stitches. So looking at just this design here, it's a gradient, which took 2 minutes to do, and then I picked two motifs. And I think it's rather nice. A lot of copying, pasting.
I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, isn't that just like that? Just like that. So we can do it with the puzzle pieces or pick any. This is where the real fun of the motif stitches is happening, because you can do so many things with them. You don't want to overdo it with motif stitches, but say if this was, you were doing even a birth announcement or something, and this was the background of it with big letters or something, that would be suitable. But they're fun to do. They're absolutely fun to do. How are the questions coming?
I think you're just catching them as they come.
Okay, so we're good?
We're doing good.
Okay, so gradients. Are there any questions about gradients? They are good fun to do, and it's a really nice way of, I don't know, finishing up, adding touches to it. Like if you can picture in a sky, doing a gradient of a sunset or something like that. You could even do a little gradient on clouds if they're big enough. It's kind of fun. Carol says, I don't think an FSL as a gradient would work. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I just couldn't quite pinpoint it. She says, as you don't have enough underlay, hold it together. Yeah. You could use an almost see-through organza. Well, that might work. I'm thinking too, patches. You can do, it doesn't have to be a puzzle shape, but you can do a patch with a gradient on it and just do a nice satin stitch, thick satin stitch outline. It would look great. So we're going to talk about this guy next. Now, I think this one is really cool. And if you do have questions about the gradients, just let me know. So this is an offset, which I thought was cool. Ooh. Do you see that? My mouse just kind of...
No, I didn't see that. I was reading the comment.
Oh, what? Kablam, I'm back. Don the man and Sue. I demand to be first. Tom. It's Sue and Don the man.
That's all right. I can live with that.
Okay. Where were we? And welcome, Norseman. Thanks for coming back. Kablam, he says. So, I was talking about these. So this was part of the outlines and offsets, and then I just colored them in, and we could do that with this one as well. I'm going to show you how to do these, but I just want to point this out because it really adds an interesting effect to the whole thing. So I just clicked on it, and they're all separate pieces. You can see over here all of these little pieces. If you didn't want them in, you can just delete them. It's an outline, and I'm going to change it to a fill. And right away, you have a complete different look. If this was big enough, you could do different things. You could probably, at this size, do satin. But look how, with just a few clicks, that it changes the whole entire design just straight up. I think it's really cool. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to do Control C for copy. And I'm going to go over here to our gorgeous design here. Let's see if I make this a little bit smaller. We're going to work on the insets, offsets. And see, when you go too much smaller, excuse me, it just doesn't look as great. I love that pattern that I just made up though. It's really cool. Anyways, let's do a Control V, and you do 0 to find out where it was. So this is just our puzzle piece. It's just, I'm going to put it into a single run. It is nothing spectacular. It's not even great. It's just the puzzle piece we've been working on and doing so many things with. So I guess maybe it is great. I shouldn't say it isn't great. It's awesome. So for this one, we're going to do create layouts, and we're going to go right here to create outlines and offsets. And if you don't have Hatch, most of the software will have outlines and offsets. It might be called something different, but I don't know. So object outlines is going to put an outline just outside of it. Offset is going to off, like just think off. Some people get confused about which one. So it's building off.
Yes.
He's being creepy. He's being creepy. So one of my favorite things to do with this is I do a couple or 5 or 6 maybe. That's probably too many. So let's do 4. And how to make it go inside is to do a minus number, less than number. There we go. See how the minus came up? And this is inches, so we'll do like that, probably. That's going to be pretty small, but include holes. It's going to be pretty... Or nothing. Did I pick a wrong number? Thanks, Hatch.
Did you cancel and stuff? Okay, I've done that.
I might have. I don't really know. I think that was too small. I don't know inches well enough. So that's 1/10 of an inch. So blah, blah, blah. Corners. I want them curved for this one.
Oh, yeah.
Is it
So
still
you need
too
to
small?
Make it bigger.
Sorry. I think I just typed it in last time. So it should be like 1/2 inch probably. 1/4 of an inch.
1/4 of an inch.
So that would be 0.25.
Because your designs... No. What is going on?
Well, okay. My guess is we're making it too small. So let's do 0.5. Okay, what the heck? Is it showing up somewhere else and I'm not seeing it? Dawn, help me, Dawn.
Your design's only 3 inches wide.
Oh, that's why. Well, it worked on the other one, but I probably had it bigger. Let's make this guy bigger and try it this way. Maybe I'm just getting my numbers mixed up. Oh, you know what it is? I know what it is. I know
If you don't do it right, it won't work.
Well, thank you, Captain Obvious.
That's what I'm here for.
Oh, we know it, don't we? Oh, I don't want it smaller. Am I thinking maybe it's that and it might be this? Too many. Let's just do it simple. Let's try this one. Ta-da! I had everything set wrong.
Room to do 4,
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
throws out.
So, yeah, my bad. Not Hatch. It's me. So I would like them a little bit closer together, I'm going to select this one and I'm just going to delete. And then I'm going to do this one. So I do want them smaller. It just couldn't do 4 of them. So let's do 0.3. And we're going to do 3 of them. Triple run. I am just going to put it in single run, curved corners, and go.
There you go.
Sometimes it just takes me a few minutes. So you can see how you can play around with it and make it look cool. It is a complicated shape, but I got it. It took me a minute. So now you really can go in and play around with it and get some really spectacular effects. And I thought this was just the coolest. It kind of looks like Viking stuff, like Thor's hammer, the old Thor's hammer with all the outlines. That's what it looks like to me. What are you laughing at, Don?
Nothing. Nothing to see here.
Did Tom say something?
No.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
He's doing something. He's doing something. So we can, let's see, we can fill this in. We can fill... Oh, is that for Karina?
It won't stick, Karina. I'm sorry.
That's for Karina.
We tried it.
Yeah, I made him do it, by the way, Karina, just so you know. So I filled those in, and how about a stem stitch for this one? So instead of going on the outside, you can go on the inside. And I thought on the actual one that I did, I could check the settings. I thought that was really cool. I thought it was Mayan. Yeah, Mayan. It's something like that. Yeah. I haven't quite figured it out.
Can you... Sorry, gradient question. Can you do more than 2 colors?
No, not in Hatch.
Set up to do that. I
No.
don't think E4 is either.
I think it would make it too thick. I'm thinking,
Yeah,
possibly.
You'd have to do a lot of changes and do 2 separate type of gradients and mix them.
I think you'd have to do it manually.
Yeah.
Which might be a little bit difficult, but you'd have to do it in parts and play with it. Dawn has become the new Slender Man. Dawn has become the new Slender Man.
I am.
Creepy is what the Norseman is meaning.
I am creepy.
So you can have fun with this. Now, keep in mind that these are all separate pieces. You know that I changed some of them and moved them around. And look, this part got separated because I made it smaller. You can make it a little bit bigger until that joins up. Or not. Or, you know, you can just click off, click on this part. We can change it to fill. And we can change it. It might even be able to be satin. It's a split satin, but still. Really cool. So you could fill this part with something else. I mean, we could change it to a fill, which of course covered up the other ones, but just hold on. Look, voila, there you go. And there's nothing saying that you can't move this up and up another one. And probably up another one. And now it's completely different than when we started. So that is really cool with outlines and offsets. Let's do another one. I should be able to do a Control V with our original puzzle. And we're going to do, I'm going to keep it smaller. And, whoa, slowing down again. My computer, whose name is Thor, is working really hard. For some reason.
Because he's streaming to 2 locations.
I don't know what it just did. Okay. Yeah, streaming to 2 locations is very difficult. We shall not do that again. So let's go to outlines and offsets. And we're going to play with these ones just a little bit more. Now, you can do the outlines, but I'm not gonna. This is a good setting too, if you have multiple objects. So if you want full offsets, and they do cross over, You pick this one. If you want them to like merge and intersect, this is the one that you pick. Okay, so I don't want 17 inches of offsets. That's kind of cool. 0.5 inches. And we're going to do maybe 8. And include holes. No. 8 is probably too much. All right, calm down. Okay. And there we go. And you see as they go out, the shape is less and less defined. So there's a lot of things you can do with it. If you were doing this puzzle piece and say you were doing it on, I think this one, if you were doing it with some writing on a towel, then all you would have to do is fill this with, let's go to fill, and fill it with some light satin stitches or tatami stitches. Move it up, and you could, stitch it on a towel. Or you can use this as the patch outline. It's kind of groovy. Let's make it into satin. See, it fills the shape. Or you could have moved them closer together and picked one closer, because it's pretty hard to cut anything out in this shape. But if you do it around, let's do it again and make them a little bit closer, and you can see what I mean. So it's beneficial for just about everything, for outlines and offsets, for shapes and different things like that. Leave it on.
It's a good idea to do
that
a
one's
couple
better.
Of different ones, right? So
I like to. Yeah, I like to, because they're all different. And sometimes, let's make this one filled. Sometimes you like to get a different look, because if you want just, if you're doing a keychain and you wanted, closer to the shape, you could do that. Or if you wanted to make this one fancier, like a stem stitch, and then this be your outside, it's going to be a heck of a lot easier to cut out. So you can also make it decorative, like I did on this guy right here. I was just playing around, and I kind of thought it was cool when I was done. It still had like a kind of a different look to it. And you could do this one as a keychain, with this outside, because you can actually cut it, so it would be really nice. So we could change this one to a satin stitch, and we have a lot of space, so we could change this one to a motif, not that motif, because that's terrible. We want something a little bit, not that one either. I'm in black work and they are all too big. So single motifs is where we want. How about the circles? The first thing I touch, it's like, wow. Actually, that one's cool too. That's
it's bubbly.
Yeah. So it's amazing what you can do with just a few clicks. And oh, that one looks good too. I always encourage everyone to just play around with the motifs, because see, that looks good too. You'll be surprised at what you can come up with. And we're going to be making our own motifs. So, a puzzle with a puzzle motif, it's not going to work because this is too big. But how about a dog bone with a paw print motif all around it? That we can do. Or a paw print with a paw print. And we can do it in layers like this, and it's really nice. The other thing you can do is change the colors too. You don't have to stick to... Oh, look at that one. Ooh, I think that's my favorite. Cheetah puzzle. That one's nice too. But see how it changes the whole look of it? I might stick with, this one has a really interesting effect as well. The bubbles. No, the bubbles go all the way to the end. And what I like about it is that they're different sizes. And it honestly looks like it was meant to be. I would take out this one, and look at that. Isn't that cool? Why don't we make the bubble things, let's make them, well, bubbles have to be blue. So isn't that cool? Like, isn't that neat? Just like that. That's like a quilting pattern or something, or a patch. I think that would be a cool patch on any kind of fabric. Here we go again. Trying, everyone. Love it. What are we trying? Oh, because I'm playing around. Did I play too long?
Stop playing.
No. Embroidery digitizing is meant to be played with. Stitch it out, have fun. But, it's cool. This puzzle piece design has gone so far. We've had so much fun playing with it. And remember, you can do this with any shape. It doesn't have to be the puzzle shape. It can be, a circle. It can be a name. And you can change the colors and just play around. You'll be surprised at what you can do. So let's go here. So this one we kind of did. Oh, and this one was big enough that I changed the stitching in the middle. So not just a plain tatami. And I thought that gave it kind of a neat look too. This is probably my favorite. So it's a fire puzzle piece with bigger puzzle pieces on it. Now for these ones, for the motif, I don't have any underlay on it because we don't want to start getting too thick. It would look as good, kind of as good as an outline, but I think this, having it stitched would look much better when it's stitched out. Again, the gradient looks like crap, but that's okay. You can't play around too long in Hatch. You are right. The puzzle piece is a great shape to work with. Thank you. It is. Thanks, Karina. We have had a blast. I tell you, in my life, this is how I do things. Take a puzzle piece and I can play with it in embroidery for a month and come up with 100 different things. That is just how my brain works, and it's been fun. We have made a lot of things with it. My favorite, I think, were the attachable mug rugs. Someone in our group actually did some. I can't remember who it was. And they are beautiful. She used beautiful colors and she made them a little bit smaller. So she's experimenting and trying to figure out stuff and stitched it out. And they were amazing. They just looked fantastic. So she made small ones that fit together to make a mug rug. So I think it would be like a 4x4 mug rug and smaller. I just think it's great. It's wonderful. What's wrong there, Don?
Nothing.
Nothing, Don says. I keep looking back to see what he's doing, So how many people do we have? I didn't even ask.
25, I thought.
25! Not bad, not bad. So are you guys interested in doing a Q&A? 25! Don.
It did it again.
Don, keep yourself connected over there. I don't want to hear myself. I have to listen to myself all the time. So sometimes Don will come upstairs and I'll be like, oh, shut up, Sue. And he's thinking, oh, are you talking to yourself? No, because I have to edit everything and listen to myself. I get tired of it. So a Q&A, just a general Q&A. Another thing I would like to do, and you guys can let me know what you guys think, is reading your comments just for fun. Just read comments and answer questions. Cindy King, I will be out of town next weekend. Oh. Oh. To infinity and beyond. That's Karina when she is stitching. You know what? That is awesome. I think Karina and a lot of other people in the group have come a long way, that they're expanding. They're not afraid to try something different. Karina came up with the puzzle shape, and she figured it out herself, and then she told me, and I'm like, that is excellent. So everybody gets thinking, everybody, experiments, try different things. Someone said, how about a puzzle inside a puzzle? And I said, I can do that. And they're like, really? Really? Yeah, I can do that. I can come up with it. So I just took the idea and just expanded on it and went crazy, and it's so much fun. So I'd like you guys, as homework, I'd like you guys to work on your gradients, because it is a very good way of like kicking up your embroidery, and you can play around with it. Remember, I told you can change the different gradient levels and pick different ones, but you need to stitch them out. They look way better stitched out, and it'll give you a better feel for it. But then if you know it, if you stitch it out and you know it, and you'll remember when you're digitizing, oh, I can make that even prettier with a gorgeous gradient. So the more you do, the more you remember to do, sort of thing. And gradients are gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So, anyone have any gradient questions? Any inset and offset questions that I can help you guys with on those subjects, anyways? I'm so glad you guys could all be here with me. It's awesome. Karina, I am going to make FSL work with a gradient. Yeah, go. Try. I hope to be floating on the river. I hope you mean swimming. That's my sense of humor.
That's all right. The river should get internet too, Cindy. There's no excuses.
Wow, leave her alone. Jeez, you guys. Both of you, Karina and Dawn, nagging at Cindy. Cindy, you could take the weekend off, honey. Don't listen to these guys. Jeez. Tubing, yes, I figured that. That would be fun. That's a big change from embroidery, isn't it? Make sure you take a lot of pictures because we can digitize all that. Need to try it, then I'm sure there'll be questions. All right. Well, you can ask the questions either at the next Q&A or you can ask in the group. We'll be happy to help out. So play with gradients, practice, try different colors and see the effect that you get. It's really beautiful. Just don't be put off with how ugly it is on the computer. Like, it's harsh. I don't know the right word for it. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's much of a gradient. It looks terrible to me, but I just remember that you have to stitch it out to get the best look. I just wanted to see what it would do. I think I'm going to change my mind, though. No. No. Okay, so questions? Comments, concerns, everyone's happy. I love doing lives because, you know what, I'm just going to click the off button and I don't have to edit. So, and I love talking with you guys. It makes it more of a community when we can sit and talk and answer questions and learn something and listen to my silly comments as well. I really like it. Don't you like doing lives,
I do.
Dawn?
I love it.
I should see.
And thank you again to our super chat people.
Oh, yeah, that was awesome. Thank you so much. I loved seeing the bright colors going on like that. It's really cool. It'll be really helpful in a Q&A for sure. Pieces to the puzzles of embroidery. Oh, that was very good. Pieces to the puzzles of embroidery. Yep, that's what you're getting. That's, you know what? I might put that on a t-shirt. That's pretty cool. I was actually thinking for merch, I'm just having fun making the merch, putting a puzzle and saying, did you puzzle yet? Or something like that.
Do a gradient puzzle.
Gradient puzzle.
Or is it with a motif on it?
Well, yeah, that seems to be the traditional thing, isn't it? Inception puzzle, Inception. So I hope you guys learned a little bit more about your embroidery software, any embroidery software, and learn to play with gradients, play with your outlines and offsets. Even if you select 4 or 5, you don't actually have to use them all. You can delete them, you can do something different, you can change it and move it around and do whatever you want. You can make keychains, you can make, for towels, just put a little Hatch smash on it or a smash stitch or whatever you want. It's just a light tatami. It's nothing spectacular. And come up with different things. Try insets. And make sure you get numbers right so you don't suffer like I did. And try different things and you will be surprised of what you can come up with, and it's great, and you feel good, and you're not afraid of your software, you're not afraid of anything, and you can just dive in and keep expanding. That's one of my favorite parts, is when people say that in the comments. I never would have done this until I watched you, Sue, and now I'm doing it and I love it. That makes me so happy, because that's encouragement, inspiration. Yes, try it. You can't hurt anything. Try it. So, do you have any comments, Don? Can't wait to try the gradient. Never tried it before. Oh, you haven't tried the gradient, Karina.
Oh, it's a lot of fun, Karina.
It's a lot of fun. Yeah, we will look forward to see what you're stitching out. Are you going to do a puzzle piece gradient mug rug? That would be my first guess. Maybe. All right, I can talk to you about it in the group or on message anyways. So thanks everyone for being here. Thanks everyone for doing more puzzle stuff and learning gradients. And if you want, we'll do some more work with gradients, like incorporate it into a design so we can see how to use them. So it's awesome. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And next week we'll do a live, right? What?
Yep.
Yep.
And thank you for your support.
Yeah, thank you for your support. We really appreciate that. Every little bit helps. It's pretty tough out there on YouTube, so donations are always wonderful for us. It's nice to have an active chat. Just don't be shy. Do I look shy? Oh, Suzanne's here. Hi, Suzanne.
I'm not shy.
Hi, Suzanne. I didn't see you before, Suzanne.
I neither.
Yeah. I don't, thank you so much for these videos. You are so welcome. Everyone is welcome. Just try it, play with gradients, and have some fun. So, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.